So here we are. This is your Datability Web dashboard. Now, Datability Web is available on all devices. You need to log in to www.databilityweb.com, and it scales to any device: tablet, PC, laptop, etc., etc. So here is your main hub. Now, if you're an individual user and you weren't purchased a license by a district, then you'd go on and you'd create your own account and you'd put your credit card in and you'd activate your account. If you are a user that has been invited by a district, let's say your district admin purchased Datability Web for you guys, you would receive an email in to your school web address. There'd be a link, and you would basically just create your password, then you can log in. So it's a little different. And in a different video, I'm going to show you how to use the admin panel if you're a district admin that wants to create programs for your teachers and other workers. Anyway, so let's talk about your main hub here. So here, we're in our student section right here, right? This will list your students. Here's a list of the students. Now, once we're on the student, we can do a few different things. We can create a new goal by hitting the little plus button here. So let's see, goal heading is reading. The goal is will read 5 pages. Criteria, this is what you deem to be mastery. So if the student can do 80% mastery. For criteria period, how long do you want them to do that for you to consider it mastered? Okay. Your method, how you're going to take your data, how you're going to record it. Let's see, recorded observation. Schedule, this is the mandated amount of data points you need to have. So if you have a weekly schedule, then you need to take at least 1 data point per week. Now, selecting schedule will then have Datability Web send you an update when it's time to collect data on this goal. So we'll do daily. So you get a daily update saying it's time to collect data on David's goal. Responsibility, teacher, and notification date and time. This is when you can select when you want to receive notifications. If you want to get it during a prep time, you create that time period. So here we go. We're going to save it. And now you see David's goal is here. Now, once you've created a goal, you can do a few things with it. Hitting this little button here allows you to edit it. So let's say you want to change the criteria period or something like that, then you can edit it that way. You can collect data on it, this little thing over here. This opens your data module. So looking here, you get a nice snapshot of what the goal looks like. You can create new progress. Once you've collected data points, you can select this and it'll drop down and you can edit old data points. So I'll show you that in a second. But okay, let's say that David did it 5 out of 5 times. It's 100%. You can also just put a percentage in here and it'll change this. So let's say 60%. It'll create a trial data for you, trial layout for you. Then you have assistance level with the independent, moderate assistance, intensive assistance. Let's say he's independent. Observations. We can say David is making progress. Now, we can then upload pictures. Hitting this choose file button will allow you to upload JPEGs. You can take a picture with your phone and log in while you're logged in on the computer, and it'll automatically update those pictures. So, if you have pictures saved on your computer, great. If you want to just quickly take pictures with your phone and update through your phone, fine. Tablet, same thing. Student made progress. Selecting this button is going to then give you a suggested progress report grade. Based on the amount of times you said the student made progress versus the time they didn't make progress, it'll give you a suggested progress report grade. So let's save this here. Okay, so we saved it. Now, let's add another data point for this one, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. 70, great. So you made progress, save. Okay, now let's say I want to see a snapshot of David's progress. We'd click the goal, and this brings up a nice picture of how he's doing. It graphs everything for you. Let's say I want to send myself a hard copy of this. I put in my email address and send it, and I'll get a nice PDF of that. You can also do that for all the goals. So if you want to see a snapshot of all the students' goals, you can hit that button, email yourself again, and you'll get a snapshot of all the students' goal progress. Now, let's say you want to only see the data from a certain time period. That's what this is for here. You can pick the data from then to then, and it'll only send you a data report of that time period. Now, let's see what else we can do with the student. Once we have the student here, we can edit the student. Okay. We can add David to a class. Let's add the class resource room. Update. Now David's in resource room. But let's say David's also in another class. Let's see. Let's add him to test class. Now you can see here David's in two classes. So you can look for the students. You can kind of change what you see. So let's say you only want to see the students from a certain class. You can see the students from resource. Now we don't have any other students there yet. I'll show you how that looks in a little bit, but that's how you can do it. You can also export all the class goals from a certain class. So let's say that there's a resource 1, resource 2, resource 3. You want to get only the data from the students in resource 1. You can select this class and then export the goals. Same way you do it with the individual goals. Okay. Let's add another student and take you through the process. We hit add student. It's Mike Radicone. It's me. School name. Datability. I'm going to go in resource class with David. And I'm going to save. Now we're both in this class. So let's add another student just for comparison here. Let's see. Jim Mahoney. School name Datability. Class. Let's put him in the resource 1 class. It's different. I'm going to save. Now, Jim's here. Mike's here. Let's look and see resource 1. Who's in that? Just Jim Mahoney's in that. Let's see who's in regular resource. Oh, we're in that. Okay. So that's kind of an idea as to how this works. Now, again, if I want to add Mike goals, I select me. I select this guy over here. I hit that. And then you can start to assign goals. Reading. Will read a paragraph. Criteria. 85% sounds good. Over 1 week. Okay. Methodology. Record observation. Daily. Responsibility. Mike. Again. See? So now we have this goal here. Now, let's look at the pending update section. Now this here, when you select pending updates, you can then see all the data points you may have missed. A lot of these should not be in here. You can delete them there. Anyway, you can see all the data points you missed. Now we have David down here. We missed all these data points already. These are the baseline points. I put this in today. Now David has baseline data we need to collect. So clicking this button here will update it for the day that you missed, not the day that it is. So let's say you left all your data points for the whole month and you want to put them in on one day. Using the pending update section will allow you to put it in for the day that you missed, not the day that you're recording it. So it'll backdate the data. Okay. Now, the import goal function. This allows you to set up your roster without having to do it manually, without having to add a student, add their goals. So you can use this function with your IEP Direct or other web-based IEP service by creating a listing and then importing that listing. Now, in my other video, I showed you how to create a listing. Now, if I browse here, and I can see I made this Datability listing over here. If I click that, it'll import David's goals, which I already did. So you're able to see what David looks like, but those goals were set up automatically. So now check the other video to learn how to do a listing. And that's really it. It's quite a easy program to use. Oh, one more thing I should show you, your profile. Here you can, add contacts, change your password, select your subscription. Again, if you're a district user and somebody bought it for you, that's already taken care of. But if you are a individual user, you select a subscription, you'll be taken to the email, to the pay module, and that's that. All right. Well, this was informative, hopefully. And if you have any questions, please head over to www.iepdata.com, or you can email Dembry, DEMBRY, LLC @gmail.com.